Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're covering the Reckoning Easter egg, quick and straight to the point. So what you want to do straight away is move this bucket so that it's under the sprinkler. It doesn't have to be directly under, but when it's just basically under it, you'll be good. You will notice once you run out of the lifts and come back in, there will be splashing on top. That means you're good to proceed. Now we want to make our way up to the mutant research labs. Once you come up to the top of the lift, you will see a Mangala in a canister. Right next to him, there will be a syringe that you can pick up. Once you pick up this syringe, now we just continue to make our way towards power. If you ended up with a max ammo round like I did, what you want to do is shoot off the robot's right or left arm. If you knock off a left arm, you will not get another one this round to the next max ammo round. Now we need to make our way over to the auto assembly factory. Here we will find 2 legs. All spawn locations will be shown on screen. Now we're going to make our way up the elevators once again. Once at the top, we're going to fire ourselves over to the executive suite. When you make your way into Richtofen's office, activate the snow globe on the desk to reveal the portal. Travel through, and we're now going to unlock Pack-a-Punch.
I am puzzled.
That particle accelerator
do not
is
like
powered
this
by the
feeling.
ether reactors, which are coming undone, thanks to Sam.
This is a very simple process and self-explanatory on screen.
See? Not so difficult.
Everything with you is difficult.
Don't remember wavy beams ever being a good thing. Yeah, it's not. Find a way to fix it. Yes, that is having a positive effect.
Okay, now that Pack-a-Punch is activated, what you're going to need to do is come up to this side of the machine and jump into the rod. Once you do so, you will turn into a ball of energy. You then need to knock the scientist out of the beam. Go down to him and hold X to interact to then suck up the blood into the syringe.
Sub-level 10. He may still be of some use to us.
Now we must make our way back down to the laboratories. When you arrive at the laboratories, you will find a scientist with a white coat running around. You must kill him for a keycard.
Tastes like a borscht.
Once you pick up the keycard, come over to this locker to unlock the DNA vial for Samuel and Mary.
Careful. Those are the last
In the laboratories, you will find 2 computers flashing that we must then put the combinations of the starting letter to create a periodic element. This is very simple for what I have on screen, guys. No stress, your code will be displayed on screen here. These are just the 2 terminals to find out what yours is. Okay, so this is all the codes that you need So just locate yours, pause the video if needed, then input the code up here.
Thanos was building a weapon inspired by the unseen, he said. Sounds more like a health and safety violation.
Now we need to make our way back down to the main floor of the laboratory to inject a syringe into our Mangala friend. Once he finishes his little speech and starts chasing you, all you need to do is kill him and pick up the mutant injector. There will also be a disciple that spawns. We need to lure that disciple back upstairs to where we unlock the door using the key code. Once you arrive back up into this room, we now need to fill this machine here with souls. The easiest way is to use the spider parasites. Do a little bit of damage of them and you'll watch their bodies get sucked into the machine. You need to do this 4 to 5 times, as shown on screen. Once the machine is no longer collecting souls, go up and hold the interact button to then collect the cyst. We now need to make our way down to the mushroom room. But if you get another robot round like I did, you must shoot off the opposite arm to the one you collected last time. If you had a max ammo round and picked up the arm, now let's make our way down to the mushroom room. In this room, we will find 3 different plants that we must then drain all of the life of and absorb it into our cyst. If you have a blast trap, Samtex or Molotov, holding that out as you run onto the spot will cancel the animation of holding the cyst out. You can then defend yourself easier. Just rinse and repeat this process for all 3 plants.
Telling you what to do, but if the gelatin mold from hell is good to go, you better get a move on.
What we're going to do now is make our way over to Tower 2. There, collect stamina, and what we're going to do is activate 4 different switches. These switches are on a timer, so be quick in getting them. The switches are also as shown on screen.
Do not fuck with the big metal ball. There's a monster.
Be ready, because once we activate these 4 switches, an Uber Klaus will spawn. When you hit the last switch, run back to the elevator from where we just come, and have the big guy follow you down. We're going to need him to shoot a shock mine at Klaus to then revive him. After he fires a mine into here, put Klaus's arms and legs onto his body by pressing the interact button. Then hightail back up the elevator from where we just come.
Klaus Industrial 43 actual service. Please tell me you know where my components.
When you get back to the Dark Entity containment room, we are now going to have to shoot the shoulders off the big guy. You must destroy both shoulder pieces, then lure him onto the electrified platform. In doing so, we will cause the Forsaken to possess him. The moment he walks onto the shock pad, make your way back towards where the elevator is, and you're going to look into the window, and up in the left hand corner, there is the instant kill power up. Now go to town on the big guy with the instant kill, and it'll make it a hell of a lot easier. Once you do destroy the big guy, a small robot Klaus will then project out. You must destroy the smaller guy. Once he is dead, Your wonder weapon will now be created. Once you pick up your wonder weapon, we're going to make our way back over to the executive
One's
suite.
ready to go, and so am I. Meet me in admin. We can work together to find Panos.
Here you will find a big metal door that you must go up to and hold the interact button on to then speak to Blanchett. He will then tell you how to trap Panos. We must make our way back down to the spawn area. We're going to make a quick stop at the mushroom floor to buy Melee Macchiato.
Blanchard is a narrow-minded fool. Don't let his need for vengeance stand between you and real power.
We're going to be using Melee Macchiato later, that's why we're just grabbing it right now.
Army needs
Once you get down to the floor of spawn, you must go into the room where the teleporter takes you back up to Pack-a-Punch, and you will see a giant red button. Hold X to interact with the red button. You will now spawn Klaus to hack a computer. He takes a lot of damage very quickly, so you must defend him and make sure no zombies destroy him.
keep coming. I will not falter.
Once you see Klaus explode, that means we have to make our way back to the mushroom room and trap Panos. Once inside the mushroom room, make your way back to the lift and you will see that it has been powered off. You must parachute down the lift and hit 3 buttons holding the interact key. Once all 3 buttons have been turned green, you will then turn the lift back on, forcing you back up to the top.
We abandoned Panos now, and we're no better than him.
Panos will now have become a little withering ball of energy, who will split into 5 wisps. These wisps will then turn into 5 electric zombies. Once you have shot all 5 electric zombies, all the wisps will then reconverge back in the center console. When Panos has been reformed, after his little speech, go up and hold X, and you will now upgrade the wonder weapon.
An ass. Do something.
Before we leave this room, we're now going to go up to this box and melee it using Melee Macchiato to then reveal a brain. Now we're going to make our way back over to the Android assembly floor, and Klaus should be finished on the computer. We will then escort him back up into the Dark Entity containment room, to where we must now do a trial. If you don't have a trial in your game here just yet, progress a couple of rounds. When you finish the trial, we are then going to escort Klaus up to the retinal scanner. We will then use the mutant injector that we got way back at the start of the Easter egg to be scanned to open the door for Klaus.
ID confirmed. Dr. Fowler, S. Teleporter access granted.
Once Klaus is on the computer in this room, it's time to go pick up the purple pulsating brain. Fastest route is to shoot over to this floor and parachute down. When you pick up the brain, it is going to be on a timer, so you want to move as fast as you can back to Klaus. Following this route is the ideal way to go. Simply place the brain in the computer here. Now we must find 4 documents. All you simply need to do is remember the number of that document, as we have a very fast way of solving that in this video. Once you have collected all your numbers, have them written down or remembered, make your way back to the computer room where Klaus was. So the numbers I collected were 2, 3, 4, 5. Using this grid here shown on screen, put your numbers in order and you get your code. Mine was 3, 4, 5, 2. Now that the computer code has been accepted, we're going to make our way back to the Pack-a-Punch room. There, we're going to play a little mini game. We must kill 5 vermin that spawn to get a score of 1,000 or more. This will cause a little orb of energy to spawn that we must pick up. Hit the big red button to activate the minigame. The spawns for these vermin are normally always the same spot, so if you have trouble doing this, just try and remember the spawns and it makes it a little bit easier.
Gravity returning to 1G standard. Please return all trays and tables to an upright position.
Once the beam changes color, you can then collect the orb. Now we must go back to the room where Klaus was on the computer, but do not shoot your weapon. We must save the charge shot for when we get into the room to destroy crystals on the portal. Now all we need to do is hold the charge shot up and fire out the crystals.
I do not understand.
Cannot sugarcoat it. The crystals may be gone, but as you can see, we are still fucked, yes?
It's that time of the Easter egg again. Back to the mushroom room. Now there's two ways of doing this. You can either drop to the floor of the mushroom room to shoot assist at the top, or you can shoot it from the top of this balcony up here. If you stay at the top of the labs there and aim at this exact window, you can see it easier. But if not, come down to the floor, and once I finish locating the room, right there, that window there, if you aim, fire a charge shot at the wall, and you should hit a spore, which will cause the zombie head to fall down. But if you remain at the top of the labs, you can see it easier.
His intellect knew no bounds.
Once you collect the zombie head whose intellect knew no bounds, make your way back to the spawn room to where we moved that bucket.
Progress you're making.
Place the head inside the bucket, but do not pick it back up.
Can you really side with
If you do not pick it up, it will not move around and it just makes it a lot easier to collect souls. Now all you need to do is wait for zombies to come around the bucket and collect 30 or so souls. You will see giant purple souls being sucked into the bucket. Once that stops, you can then pick it up.
You stupid head.
I still don't have breath.
When you pick up the zombie head, you will no longer be able to sprint. So make sure that you are safe on the route. There will be a ghost that spawns following you that does damage. We're making our way back to the computer room once again. You should know the route by now. Once you're inside the computer room, go up to the portal and hold the interact key to place the head on it. We're only 2 steps away from the boss fight now. Okay, so now we need to pick up these vacuum sealed Gersh devices.
Puzzle. I do not like
Going from the executive suite down, there is going to be purple bouncing objects that have come to life. We need to use these spheres to capture them. I'm going to be showing you where the canisters are to resupply and also where the objects are moving. There are 4 moving objects up here on this floor, so anyone will do. That was shocking. Where'd you go? Okay, so that's 1. There's also a resupply box up here. Object number 2. You could wait here and capture all 4 of them if you wanted to wait for it to respawn, but we're just doing this faster. So we're going to the next floor for the next box and the next object. If your objects aren't where mine are, they are always on this floor, so just look around the floor. We only need to capture 4 of them. Okay, now that we have all 4, make your way back to Klaus again. We're going to place the 4 Dark Aether objects into this podium. When the white flash happens, there are going to be switches which activate on about a 10 to 15 second timer. You must activate about 4 to 5 of these switches. You will know this step is completed once the white flash happens again. When you see that next white flash, it's boss fight time, so make sure you got triple Pack-a-Punch, all your perks, and you're ready to go. Come to the center console and hold the interact button to vote to fight Sam or Richtofen. This Easter egg we're fighting Sam, so you want to assist Richtofen.
Maxis shows her sacrifice. Fiveheart and Son had no
Before we actually get to Sam, there's 2 stages that we must do.
something right.
First one is very simple and easy. Once your elevator stops on the first floor, we have to fill up 3 cell boxes. Left, right, middle. Once the first one finishes collecting souls, make your way to the middle, then to the opposite side of wherever you are. This part here is also a very good part for collecting plates if you're low. Most zombies will drop plates, ammo, and anything else you need just on this floor. When you've filled the third and final one, you'll hear Richtofen give you a quote and make your way back to the elevator. On the next floor, it's going to be a room filled with purple crystals, just like Pack-a-Punch. We need to destroy all the crystals to make the elevator move again. Run around the room and destroy those crystals. If you do miss one, just go back through the room until you find the one you're missing. You'll hear Richtofen give you another quote, then make your way back to the lift. Just have to make sure you destroy all the crystals. This part can be a little bit deceiving. Some of these things are energy wisp and not crystals. So make sure you're only shooting the crystals. Like I said, if you're missing any at all, like I am right now, just walk around until you find what one you're missing. Once Richtofen gives you that quote, you can head back to the lift.
I tried to tell you, Sam. You're not meant for this world.
Very soon, Edward, your world will be darkness.
Okay, this is where the true boss fight begins. Sam is going to have a pattern of 3 different attacks that I'm going to explain to you in this fight.
Now I am going to finish the job.
You can also damage Sam as she's entering and exiting the portals. So those 3 stages are Rapid Fire, where she shoots multiple energy balls at you. Laser Beam, self-explanatory. There will be a red laser beam that flies around the field trying to damage you. When she finishes doing the laser beam, this is the one we want to take advantage of the most. She'll be stunned and show 4 weak red dots. Shoot those red dots when she is stunned. Once you destroy all 4 of those red dots, her eye will become vulnerable. Her last attack pattern can be what I call spinning. She will rotate around the whole field throwing energy mines. While doing this though, she can be damaged at all times. Once you have dealt Sam enough damage, she will spawn a Sam trial. If you complete this and get a gold ranking, you're able to get perks. When Sam respawns back in, you can do damage as she's entering through the portal. She will come through the portal that does not have zombies. Sam's third and final attack is shown on screen right now, which is Rapid Fire. She barrages bombs at you, which do a lot of damage, so you do not want to be caught in them. She has no vulnerability during that stage. All you need to do now is kill Sam, and congratulations, you've beat the Easter egg. I hope this guide has helped you guys, and if it has, please like and subscribe and share this around. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.
chose a party.